Streaming was a mistake.
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
So now, instead of paying $15.99 a month for 4K UHD, whatever downloads, 4 concurrent streams with HBO Max, you now have to pay $20 a month.
I hate Netflix. I hate them really bad.
Paramount Plus, Peacock, and Prime Video are $12. Disney Plus is $14, Netflix is $15.50, and Hulu is $18 every month.
They will keep raising it.
Bruh, Hulu, yo, I love and hate Hulu at the same time, bruh. Hulu has a no-ad version, a with-ad version, and then they have a premium version. I used to rock, when I was in college, this is for college students as well. I don't know if they got rid of this, but I literally had it like last year. Hulu, you could get Hulu and Spotify for like $5 a month if you use your college email. Mad cheap. But it's Hulu with ads, which sucks. But it's like, you know, that's still a fire deal. You get Spotify Premium and Hulu for like $5. Or it's like $5 or $7. Anyways. That was awesome. But Hulu with ads unbearable. Bought regular Hulu, but still half that they have in the app's unavailable unless you have premium. Annoying as. And piracy is growing massively because these streaming services are kind of branching out to where there's so many and they're all fighting against each other that they're all raising their prices, which is weird because you would think they would lower them, but they're all in the red. So they all have to bump up their prices to make sure that they can actually be in somewhat level of profitability. And then it's just the consumer, especially with inflation, the recession that's going on, and, you know, the economic situation in the United States. But what's so weird about piracy is piracy today is like a literal one-for-one rip of the video. Does anybody remember piracy when you were a kid? Because when I was a kid, 23 now, when I was like 7 or 8, I remember piracy being like somebody ripping a shitty version of an iTunes song. Or if it was a movie rip, it would literally be a guy with a camcorder at a movie theater recording Lilo and Stitch. Like, a dude with a camcorder would just be like, and then you would buy that. Or, like, get it. You would not even buy it. You would get it as a rip online. And it was so bad. So that's why piracy is a huge problem for streaming services today, because rips are no longer low-quality shit versions. They're literally just the exact version that Hulu, HBO, Netflix, and fucking Paramount has. Also, who the fuck has Paramount Plus? Disney Plus, understandable. Netflix, Hulu, understandable. HBO, understandable. Who the fuck? What do you watch on Paramount Plus?
They will keep raising
What the fuck do you watch? NFL games? Oh, sports? Sports and reality TV?
it until they find the ceiling.
You are paying now more for your television entertainment than we ever were before.
Oh, yeah, Dexter's not on Netflix anymore. South Park's on HBO.
Companies are going to do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. Bringing you actual value is not their main focus. It's all about the money.
And I'm not saying we should do crime. What I'm saying is...
Piracy websites increased by 12%. Dude, I remember I used to go over to my friend's house for UFC fights, and he would rip the UFC fight on like these boof websites because he didn't want to pay for the pay-per-view. And we would all be like, bro, we'll chip in. He's like, nah, I got a source. And it would be like a website that just had porn ads on the side. Like, what are those Russian links? Yeah, Streamies or whatever it was. You're watching the UFC fight, it freezes, and then just like a dick just fucking pops up on screen. I'm like, oh my God, bro, come on.
People are starting to realize that it's easier and far cheaper to pirate their favorite TV shows and movies than to buy them. And you honestly can't blame them. Streaming is horrible now. When Netflix first came out, the idea was revolutionary, and you could see why everybody loved it. Netflix made it easier to watch all your...
Bro, the thing with Netflix is they have given themselves the OG, like, spot. No one... people have been canceling their Netflix subscriptions, but Netflix will always be popular from the OG factor. Like, they were, like, the first streaming service. When Netflix came out, it was huge, and everybody bought it. And now they're, like, one of the only ones that I actually think might be profitable if you look into it. They do have a lot of originals, which carries them a lot, which I think is great. And a lot of the other, streaming services are doing that now. Like Hulu Originals are a thing, and they're all doing, reboots on Paramount and all these other fucking, platforms to try and revive shows. But what I think is crazy is that Netflix sucks. Outside of Squid Games and their originals, they have nothing. They actually have fucking nothing. Every other streaming service, their originals are bad, but they have good shows. But Netflix has nothing, but all they have going for them is like, yo, Squid Games is fucking fire. Squid Games is fire. That's on Netflix, right? There's other shit. I mean, what are other Netflix originals that are really good? Yeah, they have animes and stuff, but I mean, like, I think Hulu has more animes. And then at that point, you just get a Crunchyroll subscription. WWE, they're getting into, like, UFC fights. Like, there's an Amanda Serrano fight on Netflix. I think free with your subscription. And I think that really is the route that they should go. I think Netflix should go, like, the sports route. Stranger Things. Yeah, that's true. Stranger Things, for sure. Better Call Saul. I don't think that's a Netflix original, though, is it? Breaking Bad. That's a Netflix original, Better Call Saul? I thought that just might be on Netflix.
Favorite movies and TV shows on one disc, conveniently from anywhere in the world. And for a brief moment, it was great. Piracy fell to an all-time low, as nobody saw the need for it anymore. But as the saying goes, nothing good lasts forever.
Well, because it was like a fair price. I think what really killed streaming services wasn't Netflix. I don't even think it was like, honestly, I don't think Netflix, Hulu, or HBO killed streaming services. I think it's the other fucks. Peacock, Paramount, fucking, bro, once there's more than like 4, it's cooked. Like, it's fine to have 3 of them. And Amazon. Amazon Prime was already a thing prior to fucking any of that shit, though. You used to be able to just rent movies on Amazon Prime and watch shitty free ones. Once, like, all those other ones came out that were just, like, dupes, and they had, like, certain, like, news services that were, like, coming out with their own, oh my god, it just ruined it.
Especially since other platforms realized that instead of licensing their shows to Netflix, they could just create their own streaming.
Yeah, Showtime, dude, Disney Plus, honestly, I'm pretty sure Disney Plus is losing money from the fact that that exists. So I don't know if that's great, but I'm just, it's on its own side mission thing. Who cares? Paramount Plus, Showtime, Discovery. I'll even say Apple TV and Peacock should get the fuck out of here. I think chop. Leave these 4, and then streaming services are fine. Severance? No. I love Severance. I'm not saying Apple TV doesn't have good shit, but fucking sell it to one of the other 4. Let them have it, and we're good. Get rid of the other shit, all the good stuff on those, filter to the other ones, and then, hey, I would actually be fine with this. In my position, I make good money. Obviously, take what I say with a grain of salt. I would assume that most Americans and people in general would be okay with these 4 companies hiking their prices slightly if all of these got slashed and filtered into the other ones. Because then you're still spending a little bit more money, but you can stop paying for the other fucking ones that you never use.
Want to watch The Last of Us? It's not on Netflix. You'll have to pay $10 for HBO Max. Want to watch Family Guy? Another $10 for Hulu.
He said it!
Want to catch up on Rick and Morty? It's not on Hulu.
Jeez, I don't know.
It is on Hulu.
Have to go back to HBO Max.
Wait, is Rick and Morty not on Hulu anymore?
Despite the show being owned by the same network, Fox. When The Office, the comedic show that won 5 Emmys, came out on Netflix,
It's a pyramid scheme.
I have to go make a call.
fans adored the idea that their favorite show was conveniently on the most popular streaming platform on the planet. That was until 2021 when everything changed. Netflix's license.
When The Office left Netflix is the mark of the downturn of streaming services. When did The Office leave Netflix? And I'm not even glazing The Office. But that was like, whoa. That's weird. The Office left Netflix January 1st of 2021. Yeah, right around that is actually mid-COVID. Mid-COVID is when streaming services just hit the fan. because I think they were also profitable. Streaming services were like very lucrative in that time because everybody was just sitting on their ass at home.
To continue streaming expired, and other streaming platforms saw an opportunity to steal Netflix's golden show for themselves. The directors of the show called the representatives of Netflix, Hulu, Apple, and Peacock to a room and asked them to bid for the show, and the highest bidder would walk away with the rights. Of course, Netflix didn't stand a chance in a room full of billion, even trillion-dollar companies like Apple. At the end of the day, Peacock won the auction by offering $500 million in a 5-year deal for the show. 5 times more.
$500 million for The fucking Office? I would never give The Office that evaluation. I would never give The Office. I would give fucking Jinxie more of a valuation than The Office. I would say fucking Kai Cenat you're getting more profit out of that deal than fucking The Office in modern times. Who the fuck still watches The Office in 2025? Don't diss it, brother. If I walked past somebody today and they were wearing a Dunder Mifflin shirt, sorry, fuck. Oh my God, I just got a little nauseous there.
Than what Netflix could offer. To continue watching this show, you're forced to either subscribe to a new service, which would only eat into your pocket, or pirate it. This is a big ethical problem that's leading so many people to justify piracy.
Piracy is a victimless crime. No, seriously.
Especially when you consider the painful fact that most...
Well, what's the thing that people comment now? Because it's with gaming industries now. That's the problem. Piracy is a big thing on streaming services. But with gaming, there's a bunch of game companies that want you to pay to play a game, but you're leasing it, not owning it. And then the response is, no, not stop killing games. That's the movement. But what is the phrase? If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't theft. That's what it is. If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't theft. If I'm paying for something and I don't get it, and I'm not even, like, and you're saying I'm buying it instead of renting it, and I still don't own it, well, then I'm just going to steal it.
Streaming services do not have a strong library of good shows beyond the ones they plaster on billboards or the ones you see trending on TikTok. Eventually, you're left with a library of what some might call dog shit.
What the fuck is going on? This is so gross.
But it's like, here's the problem is Netflix is peak shows and movies. Okay. Bad. Like really bad. At the bottom, and it's most of it, is just, I don't want to watch this. And it's different than Amazon Prime, okay? Amazon Prime, you got to pay for a lot, but peak, 2%, mid, 20%, no bad, but really fucking bad. And I love shows and movies that are so bad that they're good. Hulu has that too. Hulu has those reality shows, My 600-Pound Life, and all those videos that are like Storage Wars, Pawn Stars, like shit shows, but it's like, it's slop, right? And I'm eating it up. Rock of Love with Bret Michaels, right? 3 seasons of Rock of Love. I've been watching it with Brooke. It's on Hulu. It's a fucking TV series where Bret Michaels, it's like The Bachelor, but they just fight for Bret Michaels to be his girlfriend. They don't win money. And they're only his girlfriend for like 2 months. Shitty premise for the show. He makes out with every girl the second the show starts. It's painful to watch. But it's so bad that it's good. Netflix, bad, but not bad enough that it's good. It's just bad. That's why I love stoner movies. Because they're so shitty, they're awesome.
That's it. I'm never selling a dog's rear end again.
Me too, bro.
According to a study by Vindicia, the average American pays for 3 to 4 streaming video services per month. And that's...
I pay for video streaming services, Hulu, HBO, Netflix, Amazon Prime. But I wouldn't say Amazon Prime counts as a streaming service. I would say Amazon Prime counts as a delivery service, and then as an add-on, you also get, free Twitch sub, you get to watch shows. Like, it's just, Amazon Prime's just like, you're paying. I think out of everything, Amazon Prime is worth it the most. And it's not a good streaming service, but Amazon Prime gets you so much shit. Like, you just get access to better delivery stuff, free shipping. You get fucking a few movies and stuff. You have access to shows. You have free subs per month. Like, it's worth it if you use the advantages versus just paying for a subscription service. Yeah, you get Invincible. There's some good shows and movies on Prime, too.
It's just for video. There's Apple Music, Spotify, video games, even software now are more expensive than ever. And if you're outside the US, things get much worse. In Noragrat's video about piracy, he talked about a man who got a VPN, paid a random dude in India
to get him a local phone number, then made an Indian Disney Plus account
just so he could watch his favorite movie legitimately.
He's more dedicated to this than I was to my ex-wife.
If you have to put that much effort to watch a
I would just pirate it at that point. Or buy the film. There's no way he couldn't buy the film. He had to get a foreign Indian account to be able to watch his favorite movie. Why couldn't he just buy the film? Because he's still paying for it.
Single movie, you may as well just pirate it.
When you pirate them, it's much easier, it's much quicker, it's a lot less expensive, obviously.
When I was researching for this video, I saw this post comparing...
It's a lot less expensive. It's $0. What do you mean, Charlie, what do you mean less expensive? Yeah, you know, it's less expensive. It costs nothing.
The basic plan for a Netflix subscription versus the pirated plan. If you're one for quality movies, you'll notice that the pirated version is actually much better than what Netflix offers you for $12, which should not be. There's a new term going around for what streaming companies are doing. It's called enshittification. It's the theory that...
Wait, Netflix doesn't fucking offer 4K? Netflix only streams in 1080p? I fucking stream on Twitch in higher quality than Netflix does.
Product and services offered by once great companies...
Oh, you have to pay more for 4K? Oh, that's fucking stupid. You have to pay for higher quality on Netflix? I don't know what I have. I probably have the lower tier version because I've never seen something in 4K.
Worse and worse over time as their need for growth and profit outweighs their desire to satisfy customers. Eventually, customers are going to be forced to pay higher and higher rates for increasingly deteriorating services, to the point where piracy is going to become an increasingly alluring value proposition. When that happens,
it's not even the paying for it. I think piracy will never be a problem. No, piracy is a problem. The reason piracy is a problem is because of ad services. If I'm paying for a service, why am I also watching ads? Actually, also, you want to know the best? I'm gonna have a new take here. Amazon Prime isn't the best streaming service subscription. You know what is? YouTube fucking Premium. YouTube fucking Premium is the fucking best streaming service that you could fucking get. Oh my god, it is though. Why? Because YouTube's endless. And YouTube TV, there's other stuff that you could buy, but that's like YouTube Premium's fucking goated. And you get YouTube Music. And wait, don't you get YouTube Music with YouTube Premium? Oh my god. Dude, it's like its own Spotify. It's like its own fucking Spotify. You get remixes and stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's YouTube Premium's awesome. Yeah, no, that's goated. I think that what was I just saying? Oh, the problem with why piracy is big isn't hiking prices. Like, if you make Netflix more expensive, people will buy it up to a point. But the worst thing they do is separate the two and have like $10 a month Netflix and $15 a month Netflix. And $10 a month Netflix has an ad every 3 minutes. Like, at that point, you're just watching commercial TV or like a YouTube video. The only thing that I will say that YouTube's doing, even on a non-streaming service front, I have to delete so many ads off my YouTube videos. YouTube used to, if I had a 30-minute video, YouTube used to implement like 5 ads in my video, like 5 mid-rolls. Now they input like 15, and I just delete them. Because I'm like, I'll do, if it's over an hour, I try to do an ad every like 10 minutes. But if it's an ad, and you're not going to get every one. But if it's a 30-minute video, I'll put like 5 ad placements, and you might get like 3 of them. But like sometimes if I don't check and I post a YouTube video like yesterday, somebody was like, dude, there's so many ads in this video. I click on it. It's a 25-minute video. They put fucking 9 ads in it. I deleted 5 of them. What the fuck? Like, just because then you're getting an ad every 4 minutes. It's just so annoying.
You can be absolutely, indisputably assured that executives will blame
W. Joe. It's not too much of a dub for me. It's just like, because I want you to watch the video. right? And so I'm fine with taking less revenue per view if it means you'll actually stay for the video and get less ads. I still put ads in my videos. Don't confuse that. But I do delete like half the fucking mid-roll ads they auto-plays.
Absolutely everything but themselves. For now, the new approach people prefer is subscribe to 1 or 2 streaming services and pirate the rest.
If you keep those ads and you'd make more money? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could put, if I really wanted to, you want to see some fucking crazy shit? Hold up. I'll see if it auto-placed one in my vlog. Let's go look. It might have auto-put ads in my vlog, in which case I'll be able to show you as an example. No, see, this is actually kind of normal. This video is kind of normal, comparable to the rest. This is like a 42-minute vlog that I'm posting. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ads. I always remove ads in the first like 7 minutes of a video, or I try to, like first 5 minutes, because, you know, you already probably watched a pre-roll. So I would do this. Like for the vlog, I'll do this. I'll do that. On a 42-minute video, I'll have that. So you'll get an ad maybe at 9 minutes after a pre-roll. You'll probably skip that one if you get it, and then you'll get this one, and then like that one in the end.
Or 2 streaming services and pirate the rest.
Facts. Back it up, back it up. 2, 2, 3 gonna make a nigga back it up. 21.
The shifted priority.
That really is what people do now. You pay for Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and then anything else, you're just like, meh.
Of streaming companies, from consumer satisfaction to maximizing shareholder value, revived the quote, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't.
Oh my God, we were just talking about that.
Stealing. You may have seen it in the comment section of videos. It's a reflection of people's growing anger towards the media we consume. It became even more popular when headlines like these started floating around.
The Gen Zers own nothing. They don't want to own anything. Everything is a service.
I miss the days where when you actually purchased something, it was yours.
I just lost every single book on my Kindle.
Dude, I miss the fucking... we talked about this like a month ago. I miss the movie days where you'd pull up to your friend's house and you would see the fucking selection, or even family movie nights. You'd see the selection of the fucking DVDs you had. Your family had 20 movies that you owned, and you would cycle through them and be like, which one do we want to watch? You saw all of them 5 times each. But it's like, which one do I want to watch today? And you'd fucking go through them, and you would pick out 3. You'd narrow them down, and then you and your friends would pick or some shit. Also, Redbox was fire. I loved Redbox. Redbox was cool, too. I miss the Redbox days. Pulling up to a CVS, you'd fucking lift up the curtain and be like, what do they have? And you'd have to remember to return it, or they'd fucking charge the shit out of you.
But let this be your reminder, you guys, we don't own anything on social media. This is their app. They can at any time get rid of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, your email. We don't own anything.
It raises a question. Has Gen Z's future been reduced?
Well, yeah, doesn't TikTok actually technically own or is able to reuse your content? Or is that Meta? One of the platforms that we use and post on, like they're allowed to, I think it's TikTok. TikTok can use your videos to promote themselves however they please. It might be Meta too. Like they don't have to credit you or pay you. TikTok could like post your video as like an ad for TikTok and not credit you.
Keep it. You could play it. It could even become a collectible. Fast forward a few years later, and streaming services came along offering an even better way to watch movies. One filled with unlimited potential and a vast library of shows. You could never get tired. This was the dream sold. There was just one small problem. You couldn't own any of it. Think about it. If you buy a Netflix subscription today, you're not buying movies. You're renting access for as long...
I don't give a fuck, though. No, that doesn't matter to me nearly as much as video games. I think that's where I draw the line. If you go, I'm going to give you Netflix subscription, you can pay $10 a month and you can rent films. Sure. Okay? How many times do I need to watch Grown Ups 2? 4 times in my life? Like, I don't need to pay $30 to own the fucking movie. Right? It's because you're rich? No, it's not. Because I'm rich? This is the cheaper alternative, you fucking idiot. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, no, I don't make money. No, I make money. What the fuck are you talking about? You want to buy every movie you ever want to watch? That's money bag shit. Every time you go, oh, I want to watch a horror movie tonight. Let me go to Walmart and buy fucking 15 horror movies for fucking $180. No. You're going to go on Netflix and you're going to fucking watch one. Anyways, as I was saying, I got rage baited. Oh, it was about gaming. Video games, it pisses me off, though, with, like, what EA is trying to do and a few other dev companies where it's like, you'll pay for a game, but you don't own it. You have a subscription service to a game. Fuck that. What is this, like, old age RuneScape? What am I playing, fucking World of Warcraft or some fucking online fucking desktop game that I have to pay $10 a month to be able to have access to, like some MMORPG? No, I'm not doing that shit. What? If I'm buying a game, I'm buying a game. I'm saying this. If I ever do an ad for a game that you have to pay a fucking subscription fee for, either A, I love the game, 5% chance, or B, they're paying me a metric ass ton of money and don't buy the game. If I'm ever like, hey, we're playing this, it's only $10 a month to subscribe to, fuck that shit. The only one that makes sense that I get that for is GeoGuessr, because GeoGuessr isn't a Steam game. GeoGuessr isn't a, like, fucking Ubisoft game. It's not a game on a site that you can physically own. It's a service that constantly just gets updated in its own realm. That's, like, the only thing that makes sense. I understand Game Pass as a whole, because Game Pass, I'm not dissing Xbox Game Pass. The difference between Xbox Game Pass and what I'm saying is I'm fine for Xbox Game Pass because you're paying $10 a month to have access to a bunch of different games. The difference with that and, like, me having to own me paying $30 a month to own FIFA 17. But when I stop paying the money, I don't own the game anymore. That's stupid. GeoGuessr, you don't pay to own the game. You pay to be able to play unlimited amounts of games. You're paying for a premium version of something. It's different. Because GeoGuessr, you could play for free. You could do party challenges and duels and other things for free. You just have a limited access to ranked matches and custom games and stuff like that. So you pay for a higher pass. Same thing with, like, Kahoot. But if there's game devs that are in the talks of making it so you have to pay a monthly subscription to play one game.
As you continue paying. The day you stop for whatever reason that may be, whether it's because you got laid off from your job, got scammed, or maybe suffered a fatal accident that ate up your finances, as long as it causes your card to decline, your library disappears. Years of carefully building the perfect library for eating, dates, family, gone in an instant. That emotional connection you built, those memories tied to certain shows, they don't belong to you. They were always on loan, and the same goes for music as well.
Okay, the only thing I will say, though, is I'm going back on my word. I just did a long rant, and I'm going to go back on my word. I would pay for a Call of Duty subscription. Because I don't want to own COD. I don't want to own COD. I would pay $5 a month for Call of Duty. Because the game's going to... No. Hear me out. That game, I'm not paying $5 a month for, like, Elden Ring or a single-player game. I would pay $5 a month to play Call of Duty. I think it should be free. But the reason I would do that is because I would rather pay $5 a month for 3 months, get my fun out of COD, and then stop playing. Because I'm never playing it again. When are you ever hopping on Cold War? Shut the fuck. When are you ever hopping on Cold War? You own Cold War. Congrats. You're going to hop on that shit? You're going to play TDM with the fucking 7 people that are on that fucking game right now? The 7 players that bought the game for $70 fucking 5 years ago? You're going to hop on fucking Cold War? Yeah? You're going to get on Cold War. Oh, hey guys, who wants to hop on Advanced Warfare? No. Nobody's playing that shit-ass game. I'm going to play COD for 3 months, and I'm going to get rid of it. I would pay to rent COD because COD sucks. But I'm addicted to owning every Call of Duty when it comes out because I get FOMO if I don't play it. So I would rather pay $15 to play COD for 3 months and then just fucking get rid of it. I would rather have that option. Hey, give me that option for Call of Duty. I'm fine with that. If you make it where it's like, hey, you can own the game for $70 or you could rent the game for $5 a month, I'm renting the game. Because I know I'm not going to own it because I don't need to play that game 3 months after it comes out.
Even then, it's not over. If you shared your password before passing, the bill could get passed to the next user.
In the United States alone, your password was shared over 1.3 million times.
1.3 million people. That doesn't even make any fucking
For
sense.
these reasons, and so many others, people choose piracy. Illegal sites that let you download movies for free and watch them as many times as you want without fear of losing access in the nearest future. I am not supporting piracy, I am just stating the facts. And the fact is, Gen Z loves piracy, even though most of them lack the technical know-how to do it. That's why videos like how to watch Netflix for free in 2025, 100% legal, get thousands of views, even though free and legal should never be in the same sentence.
Imagine this, without paying even a single dollar. You get to enjoy all your favorite shows and movies on Netflix for an entire...
I'm not watching a YouTube tutorial that has this voice. Imagine being able to watch Netflix for free. Just click this link and input all of your information, and we'll send you an access account for Netflix.
For a year.
This is the best working method, and it's going to allow you to get free money as well, because you're going to not only will you be able to get free Netflix, but you'll also be able to get free money with this method here.
I don't know, man. Seeming sus lately.
Luckily for the streaming companies, many Gen Zs are not computer literate, as you'd expect a generation born to technology to be. Futurism called us the generation baffled by simple technology. It may come as a surprise, but because everything is so automated, 44% of Gen Z now have just the basic knowledge of how technology works. That's why we prefer Canva to Photoshop.
Oh, I thought that was an ad.
And CapCut to Premiere Pro, because it's easier to understand. It's also why Gen Z...
No, that's not why people like CapCut to Premiere Pro, because it's easy to understand. Yeah, but you're also... The average person making a fucking TikTok Aura edit doesn't need Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is what my fucking editors use to combine a bunch of clips and edit down vlogs. It's not... Premiere Pro also costs like $80 a month. That shit's like fucking expensive.
Finds it hard to pirate softwares and movies because they don't just know how, but they're willing to learn. And that is dangerous to streaming companies who have millions at stake. Subreddits, Telegram, and YouTube tutorials have been created to help the generation catch up on the vast revival of piracy. But you can argue that these are billion-dollar companies who can afford to waste $300 million on boring sci-fi movies with cool visuals. So technically, piracy from a relatively small group of teens should not be a problem, right?
Wrong.
The truth is, every media company is terrified of piracy. Netflix even admitted it in a report to investors. And it's no surprise why. The streaming business is brutally competitive. Platforms are burning millions just to stay alive, and investors are losing faith in the business model fast. Just look at the numbers. Apple TV lost $1 billion in 2024. Peacock lost $372 million.
That's the thing, though, is Apple can do that and be entirely unfazed. Like, Apple and Amazon can just burn. Twitch doesn't make money. Did y'all know that? Twitch does not make money. This app you're watching me on loses millions of dollars every year. Every year. It's in the red. It's in the red. The only reason this company is afloat is because Amazon is worth a metric buttload of money, and just it's not a problem. There's just a write-off, right? It's a business write-off for the conglomerate of Amazon. Really? Yeah. How much money did Twitch lose in 2023, for example? Because they'll have those stats. The internal projections say that Twitch will effectively lose $250 million by the end of 2025. In 2024, it generated $1.8 billion in revenue, which was an 8.1% decrease compared to the previous year, and their expenditures are likely higher. Twitch has still not started generating a profit, and this is May of 25. People make money on Twitch, but the company doesn't profit.
Dollars within the same year. Roku is down almost 20% this year, and Paramount stock has not recovered since they did the Thunderman's
Oh my God, is Roku City gonna go away?
Turn.
That's on my top 5 places to get fried at. No! Roku City!
But that does not mean streaming is dead. In fact, what these companies suffer in stock value, they almost always make up for in streaming subscriptions.
Bank of America's internal data show that consumers are spending way more on streaming than they were even a couple years ago. The percentage of households spending over $100 a month is growing, while the percentage spending less than $20 is shrinking fast.
It is because of this vast potential that many companies are taking.
All right, well, what the fuck are the people spending less than $20 doing if they're not profiting or not pirating? Reading?
Combat piracy. But what happens when they run out of new subscribers?
Do you remember the "you wouldn't steal a car" anti-piracy videos that played in front of movies and on DVDs a whole bunch back
in 2004, the British Federation Against Copyright Theft launched this anti-piracy ad, only to get caught in the ultimate hypocrisy. Turns out they stole both the fonts and the music when making the ad campaign. Some reports even suggest this carelessness accidentally encouraged more piracy instead of stopping.
Well, yeah, because it's a cringe-ass fuck. It's the same thing as, like, when they were doing, like, anti-weed ads in the fucking, like, 80s or 90s, and they were like, this is your brain. This is your brain on marijuana. And they'd crack an egg and sizzle it, and it'd be some old-ass man. Look. And then it would cut out.
It. Now, obviously, this ad alone was not responsible for the level of piracy carried out across different industries, but it definitely played a role in spreading awareness, not just in the way they expected.
The problem with the ad was it was released right at the birth of Web 2, just as people were really starting to figure out how the internet and computers worked. So rather than discourage people from downloading movies illegally, it just told them it was possible.
What is this fucking, like TikTok voice, though, on every news media platform? Have you seen what's been going on recently with the new Alice in Wonderland movie? Recently, they have been under a lot of fire for what they've been doing. It's like the Burger King video. Dylan Page? No, Dylan Page is a bit... Well, Dylan Page, it doesn't apply because he's his own thing, and I don't think he does the voice as much, but it is like short cuts and also like high energy.
And made them curious to explore the world of pirated content. And these were the glory days for pirated content.
Have you seen recently that people have been following around Dylan Latham, asking him to do the dance with the pants? It's been upsetting him greatly, and he's been making videos even about it, asking people to stop.
The Pirate Bay opened in 2003, and by 2005, there were over 1.7 million users downloading pirated movies, music, and software on LimeWire alone.
According to Znet, US households paid as much as $1,000 for streaming subscriptions. With these kind of numbers, you'd think streaming services would focus on making subscriptions more affordable, but instead, they're pushing for a new bill that could change the game forever. If passed, this law would force other content that costs Hollywood billions yearly. They're especially fighting now, more than ever, as some reporters suggest that some piracy websites are receiving more traffic than Disney Plus and Crunchyroll. If this keeps up, it could ruin their entire business model. We're entering a new era where streaming services are running out of new subscribers. So the only way to keep the money flowing is by providing truly innovative, high-value experiences that customers actively want to support financially. For Netflix, it's their original shows and cough, their pricing structure that allows users to watch movies in 4K.
See, I didn't know they had a 4K price. How much more? It's $20 a month. But is that all you get? Watch on your laptop, easy changer downloads, ads. But like, what's the fucking...
With Netflix spatial...
Is that all you get?
Audio.
Don't ask me how I did it, I just did it.
For Disney Plus, it's Star Wars and their OG shows you could never get elsewhere.
And very evidently so.
For HBO Max, it's Game of Thrones. That's it. The truth is, streaming companies depend on users getting all their entertainment from them, and only them. Piracy doesn't just slow their growth, it threatens their entire existence. And since streaming is dependent on users coming back, it is only logical they take the necessary steps to protect the future of their business. But I can't help but wonder if this is really the solution, because people seem to think otherwise.
Like a rash that just won't respond to medication, internet piracy is one of those things that will never go away completely.
If you narrow it down...
Never go away completely. I feel like it's bigger and harder to stop than ever because of how massive the internet is now. It's not like you can't crack down on piracy as easily. Yes, there's like AI and tools that they could use to strike down websites, but there's always going to be somebody that has access to either what, like a conglomerate of movies or films or shows in general. They're never going to get rid of that. And you could just hold them on local servers.
Why do people really pirate? Is it just because it's free? Because for a while, streaming did reduce that problem. Or is it the convenience? If a pirate website makes it easy for you to access movies from all over the world in high quality with the extra bonus of no ads, the value of a streaming service like Disney Plus, who you cannot legally sue, drops dramatically. The only real way to win users and retain loyalty involves two words that is not very profitable in this day and age. It's called customer satisfaction.
I hate Disney.
Streaming services used to look like this. Now they look...
I never understand why they don't. I know it would be really hard for them to bite that bullet, but don't you think that, like, if one of these companies either kept their prices the same and never upped them, or just dropped their prices, they keep a lot of stuff, and they show that they care, that would raise their business back up to a level of profitability over time. Yeah, I don't know why OnlyFans is on this. Like, an example isn't a streaming service. Red Lobster was in the red. Ironic, but Red Lobster was going bankrupt. They were doing really bad. The business was failing. Nobody wanted to eat at Red Lobster. They got a young guy as a CEO. He listened to a lot of the customer feedback. They started adding seafood boils and being really, like, active on social media and, like, new gen shit, trying to actually appeal to their customers. And now they're, like, gaining levels of popularity back, at least to a degree. And I think that's what they need to do, but nobody ever wants to do that. Because they always just want to, like, they want to always, like, expand their margins higher and higher to where they're making more money until their app just dies. And then they just, like, fucking heave it to the next guy. I feel like the CEOs never want to actually keep it rolling. They just want to funnel enough money to where they could just pass the problem over, which is what politicians do too. So
like this. The longer streaming services have been around, the more complicated and confusing it has gotten. It used to be you just had Netflix, but now we got 15 services and half of them are ad-free, half of them have ads. I don't even remember which ones I paid for. I don't even know if some of them were free. Oh my...
At this point, I can only hope that the day
and the bundles confuse the fuck out of me, where you get, like, Disney and Hulu
comes that streaming fatigue becomes a thing of the past, and streaming platforms see its users as real people who crave to be entertained, who want to build unforgettable moments through shows, who rely on TV to escape reality when life is getting difficult, and not just numbers meant to increase stock price.
That was a fun video. I enjoyed watching that. That only took us an hour to watch. Anyways.